Welcome to this week's video. This week we're taking the Volvo XC70 on a camping trip, and well, there's snow here in the valley and we're probably going to gain elevation, so we're probably going to find some snow. These are crow's nests, and I've actually never visited one, so I don't know exactly what to expect. Every step is up to my thigh now. These were still standing 50 years ago, so I don't know if they're going to be still standing today. It is currently snowing, as it turns out. Man, I really don't want to pack up, but if we're gonna get another 1 to 3 inches of snow, let's get the car packed and on the road, and I'll tell you the plan. Well, unlike a herd of turtles, we are off. It is now 1:15. We have an hour drive until we get to any sort of off-roading, not to mention looking for a campsite. Oh, and I need to fill up the washer fluid. All right, finally, we are off. I'm gonna grab a few things we need, and then we're gonna get back on the road and I'll tell you what we're actually doing. Well, we're about halfway to the gas station now, and I guess I might as well share the plan, but man, look at it out there. It's just beautiful. It does make me a little worried for where we're gonna camp, because currently we're at 2,500 feet, and my first waypoint is at, I believe, 4,200, and so I don't know that we're gonna make it there tonight, but we'll find somewhere to camp either way. However, if we do make it there, the plan is to visit a few more watchtowers, and actually these are a different type of watchtower that we're going to visit today. These are crow's nests, and I've actually never visited one, so I don't know exactly what to expect, but I assume it's just, well, a little bucket up in a tree that you climb up to. And according to the website, these were still standing 50 years ago, so I don't know if they're going to be still standing today. Wow, that is an impressive trestle. It says Palouse to Cascades State Park Trail. That's cool. This town is home to that trestle, and also apparently a gas station down this way. At least I hope. Yeah, I see something here. I don't know if there's any way to pay or if you need a card or something. Looks like we've got diesel or unleaded 87, so 87 it is. Well, there's no way that was a good deal, but when it's the only place in town, I guess. It looks like there's probably about an inch of snow here, so I guess we'll have to see how it is in the hills. Man, this is kind of a cute little town here in the middle of nowhere. Our next town is Farmington in 11 miles, and until we get there, the road should be okay. But after that, we are going to be going off into the wilderness if we can make it, considering the snow that we've got. Well, we've made it to Farmington, and we're going to take a left up here and head off into the trees and woods over there. So I looked at the satellite, and it did look like there are quite a few houses out here up until a point, and I imagine the road will be okay until that point. Oh, I am starting to hear the whine of the power steering. I'd better pull off and top that up. Oh, and I see a keep out sign, so I guess I'll check on that. I think this is public land, but like I said, I guess I'll have to check. So it says that your GPS is wrong. Don't go up this road to get to McCroskey State Park, which is where I was hoping to camp tonight. Rough, unmaintained road. And then it gives some instructions to find East Pigeon Fork Road, northeast of Farmington, Washington. Take it instead. I'm gonna check and see if it's actually illegal to go up here, and I might try it. A rough, unmaintained road sounds kind of fun, but it might not be possible in the snow. And then I'll look into that Pigeon Road or whatever it said. All right, so I actually did really quickly find the road they suggested, and I did see that on the map. I think I'm just gonna go up here a little further to kind of see how the Volvo does in the snow, but we're probably going to end up turning around and going the other way. Still seem to have quite a bit of traction, and we are not scraping our belly on the snow yet, so that was very slippery. This section up here is very muddy. Oh, if it were summer, I think I'd continue up this, but considering it's snowy, wet, muddy, just all that stuff, I don't want another repeat of last time when we went sliding down that muddy hill. Oh, well, that's not that deep. Well, that's not any good. Looks like it's about 6 inches deep here, which isn't that deep. It is just beautiful up here. Hell, if I were just looking to camp tonight, I'd camp right here, but it sure would be nice to get up to that crow's nest first. I think I'm gonna air down and then we are gonna go through this puddle. Usually I drive with them on, but I don't want them to get muddy. Dust is fine, but mud, not so much. But like I said, you cannot fault the view up here. Already, we're barely out of town. All right, we're aired down now. Let's keep on driving and see where we get to. Well, after all that, this might be where we have to turn around. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So up in front of us here, we've got a good old washout. In the dry, I'd be fine with just straddling this and calling it good, or even if it was wet. But in the snow, I'm not so sure. Like, I think it'd be fine, but I don't think I'm gonna take the risk, especially considering there's an alternate route that'll probably honestly be faster than all this faffing about. Hey, if we really can't make it to the crow's nest tonight, we know we have a good spot to camp right here. It is almost 3:15, so if we don't make it to the crow's nest soon, we aren't gonna make it before dark. That's on me, of course, for getting such a late start today. I'd be getting some incredible drone footage of this area right now, except for, well, just show the clip. Yeah, that happened. I just got the part in before I left on this trip, and so hopefully in the next adventure the drone will be repaired and functional again. I really need to stop running it into trees. All right, we made it back to Farmington. Let's see how this other road is gonna be. Even though it didn't pan out, that was a fun little detour, and the Volvo honestly handled it like it wasn't even anything. Well, we made it to the sign, and it's blowing my mind that it's still plowed up here. We're gonna keep driving up towards the crow's nest that we're looking for, and yeah, it looks like there's been a snowplow up here. Actually, I take that back. It looks like there's been some vehicles up here. But at the moment, I'm feeling very confident. Like, the snow did not get deeper going up the last 1,000 feet as we got to this spot. And there are actually some campgrounds up here, as that sign just said, and so we might end up staying at one of those if there's no one else there. But if there's other people doing snow camping, we might just find our own spot. As I was just saying, I had gained some confidence as the snow got quite a bit deeper. I'm not sure I've ever seen a view like that. My family did not like the snow at all, so as a kid, I never went camping or anything in the snow. This is making me really wish I'd had the drone. I'm tempted to just camp up there by that tree or something, but it's pretty windy up here and that sounds very cold. This area is referred to as a fringe between the grasslands or steppe and the ponderosa pine forest. As you progress through the park from east to west, the forests become more and, well, that's a grammar mistake, but we'll look past that before finally intermingling with the Palouse prairie. So that's interesting. This little area right here is where the forest on our left, I believe, and the prairie that we just looked out over meet. That's why that was such an incredible view. Yeah, there's been a lot of people up here. This must be a popular place to bring your off-roader, and also apparently a Volvo XC70. I've been looking in the rearview mirror and it doesn't really appear that we're scraping our belly on the snow yet, at least not very often, which this car always impresses me with its ground clearance. I don't really expect it. That sign was talking about how this area is dependent on fires to, I don't know, do what forest fires do, which I suppose it's sort of ironic that we're going to visit a Firewatch crow's nest that the whole goal was to stop forest fires, when in fact forests like this do need them to continue working as intended. I'm not seeing any tire tracks down that way. How far are we from this tower? Oh, we're only 1.2 miles to the tower. We better keep going. It's gonna take us a while because I'm only going about 10 to 15, but we're gonna get this thing knocked out today. I would like to find a place to pull over here and park, but I really don't want to block the road, obviously. Maybe if I just gun it and get up on this little hill here. Let's see. So I think I should turn around before it's dark and such. So I'm gonna do that, and then we're gonna hoof it up to that little crow's nest and see if it's still there. All right, well, it looks like at least they got around me, so hopefully other people can. I'm gonna throw on my wool socks and I guess get hiking. All right, well, time to start walking. I got my phone, which is my GPS, and we got probably about a 3/4 mile hike each way. Those people were less surprised to see a Volvo up here than I thought. Maybe they were just being respectful and not calling me a moron. So if I wanted to, I could save some distance by going up that instead, but I think I'm just gonna follow the road. But hey, look at that view. This looks like a beautiful campground. I'll have to return here when I can actually get up here. I haven't even made it very far. The Volvo is just down there, if you can see it. But let's keep walking. I probably should have driven up here. I didn't realize there'd be a nice big place to park it. Oh well, what's done is done. Keep on hiking. So as you can see, we have walked past what was supposed to be the turnoff, and I didn't see any sort of road. So I'm gonna turn around and then we're just gonna go as the crow flies up to the top and see if anything's there. All right, so looking at my map, it looks like we pretty much just need to go straight up the hill right here. I don't think this is gonna be very fun, but I've come this far. Oh my God, it's so deep. Oh, I fell. Okay, so the snow now is about up to my knees, but like I said, I came this far. Man, if I thought walking up here was hard before, try walking through knee-deep snow up a steep hill. Oh, we're only halfway there. This is hard. Every step is up to my thigh now. If you think stepping over a tree when it's not snowy is hard, try stepping over a tree thigh deep snow. I'm tired. We gotta knock this out and get back to the car real quick. If that's a road and I just missed a turn, I'm gonna be so unhappy. Oh yeah, that's a road. Oh, the wool socks were a good call. I really hope this crow's nest is up here. I see a day use area. Man, I'm not seeing anything. I would even settle for an information sign saying where it went. The good news is I didn't see anyone else up here. So I think we're in the clear for blocking anyone's way down. Stage 2 fire restrictions, no fire or flame of any kind. I think that's a little outdated. But yeah, this is a campsite or campground, but I don't see any information about the crow's nest. I do notice a gate down there that's closed. I wonder if that's a shortcut. It looks like someone's walked down there. That's a shortcut, I think, and I think I'm gonna take it. It is getting really close to dark out here. And looking at the map there, it turns out I did walk just under that crow's nest. It was not there as near as I could tell. If I missed it and it's in this video, that would be funny. If I missed it and it's not in this video, but it is here, I'm gonna be unhappy. Well, needless to say, I think this is going to be the last watchtower that we go to try and visit for the year. There's just no way we can get to any height and elevation when it's snowy out. All right, I'm gonna hoof it down to the car as quickly as I can. This is making me want to do a snowshoe backpacking trip. Yep, back to the road now to hike down a little further. So we parked right at that switchback you see down there on the gray line. I can't quite see the car, but I know it's down there. I'm very tempted to go over the hill, but for now I'm gonna keep walking because I just don't think it's worth risking anything. There it is. We are almost back, and it's not quite pitch black out yet. We're gonna drive back the way we came, just far enough to find a spot to park and set up a tent or a hammock. All right, time to get driving. Oh, this is gonna be something at least. I am gonna check out that one place I did notice on the way up and see if that's any kind of thing I wanna stop at. I'm thinking the answer will be yes, because I need somewhere to stop, but we'll see. That corner is the first spot I was really sketched out, so we should pretty much be in the clear. Knock on some fake wood trim. Alright, we are coming up to the spot that I thought might make a good campsite. It's down this way. I'm gonna get out and check the snow depth and that sort of thing. This is totally doable. All I want to do is just get down here out of sight from the main road. Obviously someone will know I went down here, but oh yeah, it's a dead end right here anyways. So let's Let's see. Why don't we just back in down there to the dead end? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's hike down there and see what there is. Yeah, if I park the car right here, I'll be out of sight. I don't think it got any deeper, but I'll check as I go back. Might have gotten a little deeper, but I think this car is still capable of it. Let's turn around and get down there. Well, I think that's what we're gonna call it. Let's get camp set up. I don't know what I'm gonna do. There's not really any good places to hang a hammock right here, but I don't know. We'll might have to do a tent. All right, so I am new to camping in deep snow situations. So what I've seen other people do is trample down the area so you can actually set up your tent. Let's do that. This snow is actually pretty powdery, so I'm not sure I'm gonna get it really more flattened out than that. But let's go get that new tent and set it up. Also, setting up a new tent in the dark, brilliant. Well, that wasn't too bad. I think I'll be warm enough with just my thick car sleeping bag and the mattress. Actually, thinking about the rating on that, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go grab my other hammock sleeping bag just in case too. So I actually saw the trick where you stomp your steak into the snow recently in a Foresty Forest video. I'm sure it's common knowledge among people who do this, but I didn't know it until then. Next order of business is to get dinner going, and before we can get dinner going, we need to get a fire going because we're having hot dogs, because why the heck not? Oh, but I almost forgot. First, we need to get the drinks cooler going. Well, we seem to have something going here. Shoot! Ugh. Oh man, I don't know. It's gonna be a close one. Oh, I think we're in business now. That was a bit of a close one after I bumped it. Oh, I am lightheaded. All right, I think that'll manage itself for now. That was not the smoothest, but hey, we got there in the end. Well, while I wait for that to burn down, I guess I'll crack open one of these beverages here. And today we're drinking Fresca, as it is dry January. Oh, I do actually like Fresca a lot. It's like a calorie-free grapefruit soda, and it's not a diet version. They just the only version they make is 0 calorie. I do have a non-alcoholic beer I had laying around in the fridge just for later, but I'm gonna have that with my hot dog. Maybe I can get my pants dry. They're pretty, oh, they're steaming. Oh, that is hot. Maybe I shouldn't have them that close. All right, I've got all my stuff ready. Once that log on top burns down, we're gonna have some freaking hot dogs. But I'm hungry because I haven't had anything else today except for a couple of eggs before I left, and so I'm gonna dig into the Flamin' Hot Lime Cheetos. Hey, what are you looking at? Well, I wouldn't exactly call them coals, but I'm gonna get started on a wiener here. Just about tore that one. Never had that happen before. I think these ones might be a little freezer burnt. This is not my finest roasting job, that's for sure. Unless you like burnt hot dogs, then it's good. That's what I get for being impatient. All right, I'm gonna call that done. I have in no way prepared my bun. These were the finest they had to offer at the grocery store, running me an entire $1.50 for 8 buns. So the hot sauce I brought tonight is Heartbeat Hot Sauce's Camp Sauce. I thought the name was fitting, right? I have had this before, of course, but never in this context. That should be more than enough there. Well, that's really good. I think my new favorite camp food is a wiener with some hot sauce on it. I can't believe I didn't discover this sooner. Well, I mentioned earlier that I got some non-alcoholic beer, and it's just a Corona. I always like Corona, and there's honestly not much difference between the alcoholic and the non-alcoholic, in my opinion. No, that's not really what I intended to do. Oh, the smoke has been killing me tonight. It is currently snowing, as it turns out. I'm gonna check the weather in the nearest town and see what it says. The nearest town is expected to get 1 to 3 inches. Man, I really don't want to pack up, but if we're gonna get another 1 to 3 inches of snow, gotta make the decision. And I also have to think that I'm gonna be worried about this all night as I'm trying to sleep. 1 to 3 inches of snow. But then again, that's also at the lowest town. What elevation is that town at? I'm glad I have service at least. But then again, maybe ignorance would be bliss. So yeah, the nearest town is at 2,500 and I'm currently at 3,500. So you gotta figure if it's 1 to 3, we're definitely gonna be getting at least 3, maybe more. That's quite a bit. I'm kind of thinking maybe the smartest thing, because the worst part by far is the snow down here. I'm thinking maybe we pull the Volvo forwards and park it closer to the road. And that's at the very least. That's if we don't pack up. All right, let's go on an investigative journey and see how deep the snow would be after 3 to 6 inches. So as you can see here, we are just starting to drag control arm, but the belly's still clear. And this appears to be almost 1 palm length. Let's see how deep it is on the road. See, already right here, it's a lot shallower, and everywhere that people have driven, it's also shallower. So right here, it comes up only about halfway up the palm. Before it was almost to the top of my palm. So yeah, I think we're just gonna pull the Volvo out to the road here so we don't have to drive through that really deep snow over there. And I think we'll be able to get out that way tomorrow morning. Let's hope so at least. All right, I am gonna still make 1 more hot dog because I'm kind of hungry, and I'm gonna do that before we move the car so I can put this food back in the car before I move it. I'm also gonna grab everything out of the car that I need for the night right now, which I don't think is much, but just in case. That has got to be one of the worst jobs I've done in a while. I need something to mark my energy drink for tomorrow so I know where it is. Oh, I think my hot dog's on fire. Well, this is gonna be a very well done dog. That's what I get for trying to multitask. I guess I'll just stick it under my tent rainfly so it stays cold but doesn't get covered in snow. Let's see how my crispy dog is. Yeah, no, that's pretty great still. Man, the smoke cannot decide on a direction tonight. All right, let's get the Volvo moved and then get to sleep. Oh, that gives me a little confidence. I didn't even struggle at all to get out of that part. All right, now I gotta walk back to camp. I forgot the mounting stuff for my Nightlapse GoPro, and well, this is how I've mounted it. And that's a really long USB-C cable it's gonna run inside the tent so I don't lose a battery bank. All right, in I come. Let's get my wet clothing off and get into the sleeping bag. I don't know if you can hear, but I can hear the snow hitting the tent. It would be incredibly cozy if I wasn't slightly worried about getting out of here tomorrow. Those are tomorrow problems. At least I have cell service here, so I can call someone to come rescue me. It's gotten to be almost 10 o'clock actually somehow. Last time I looked at the clock, it was like 7:30. I think that's it for me. Good night. Oh. It's 10:30. That's a little later than I meant to sleep, but hey, I did sleep pretty well. I was a little chilly. This bag wasn't quite up to the task, but the sleeping pad did excellent. I probably should have put my mummy bag inside of this sleeping bag, and then I would have been nice and toasty. I'll have to do that next time I'm in the snow. All right, I think it's time to get out of here. Oh, there's definitely some snow on the rainfly. Rainfly, more like snowfly, am I right? All right. Yeah. I was sort of hoping that in the morning we'd have a nice view out this way because I kind of saw it last night in the dark, but it's a little foggy for that. All right, let's see how much snow we actually got. Here's the tire track. Maybe up to the first knuckle there. That's probably what, about 3/4 of an inch, almost an inch. All right, let's get everything packed up and thrown in the car. I'm not gonna bother packing everything nicely because I'm just gonna have to unpack it when I get home to dry it out. It is beautiful out here. It looks like the GoPro survived overnight. All right, we're out of here. Man, this is a really wet snow. I don't think it's even really freezing. I'll have to check once I turn on the car. Well, while that guy starts driving off, I'm gonna share what I'm having for today's part of a healthy breakfast. I've got a Kirkland brand protein bar in addition to a watermelon Monster Energy Zero. Tastes nothing like watermelon, but it's one of my favorite flavors.
Oh, that's a little frozen. No, I take it back. That's very frozen. All right, well, I better get walking so I can catch up to him. Oh, wouldn't want to forget this.
So official reading, it is apparently 34 degrees out right now, which is 1 degree warmer than when I pulled into camp. That's probably mostly due to the fact that it is 11:10 now. This right here was where we had that really beautiful view last night. Not so much today. We're just gonna head on out of here and head for home, I guess. I've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable and confident in my snow driving such as this, which is good, obviously, for some reasons, but it is bad because maybe I'll be a little overconfident in the future. So here we're actually coming to a Y. Google says it's 6 minutes slower to go to the right instead of the left. We came up from the left, so I think I'm gonna go to the right if the road doesn't look too bad. Snow plow and sanding trucks working either side of the road. Oh, well, this road's plowed. We've gotten back to plowed roads. So yeah, I'm gonna go right just because it's a little different. It's not too much slower. Watch for ice, you don't say. Looks like we're kind of back down to the plains area, back down at 3,000 feet, so we still got about another 500 feet to drop until we get to the real plains area. We have hit pavement, so I need to air up my tires. I gotta find somewhere to pull off. All right, all aired up and we are off again for home. Looks like we got about an hour and 6 minutes to go. Should be a nice, pretty foggy drive. And I'm not even gonna pretend. Oh, we got a pupper. We got a couple of puppers. They didn't even notice me. Can I come through, please? Now this is a really unusual occurrence. If you look out to the right here, there's actually a bike path or a pedestrian path, a multi-use path, just running through the middle of the country. It also back there ran just straight through the middle of a field. I don't know how that exists in a rural American town. That's incredible. I'm thinking there's a school around here somewhere and someone thought the kids ought to be able to walk to school, which is a very good point, but I can't believe it actually happened. And this is actually the town of Desmond, or at least very close to it, that we're driving through, that was supposed to get 1 to 3 inches last night, and there's not really any snow in sight. So thanks, weather forecast, for making me stressed for no reason. And we have made it. Time to unload and dry things out. Well, the camera died and Past Joel forgot to film an outro, so I'll do that. Well, this guy over here cleans up the tent. If you like this video, maybe hit the like button, and if you want to see more like it, if you're into the watchtower thing, or if you just like snowy adventures, then hit the subscribe button. You might check out the last video that I mentioned earlier, which was when we went and actually found quite a few watchtowers. That's of course linked down below. If you got anything to say, any criticisms, suggestions, leave a comment down below. Next week's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be about my 2025 goals. And I've never done the whole New Year's resolution thing. I always kind of thought it was really stupid. You could start those habits anytime during the year. Why not do it then? But, well, this year I'm trying it out. We're going to make that a yearly series, and next week will be the first one of those. I got nothing else to say. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Man, this guy's taking forever, am I right? Man, don't listen to that guy. This thing's even smaller than when I first unpacked it.